Hello, good afternoon. This video is going to be about point pickup. Um, it's been maybe a week or so since I've made a video um, in regards to this. There are a lot of stories, rides stories, or order stories that I haven't told you, and you might find interesting that I'd like to tell you. But first, there's a problem that's been coming around, and it's getting more prevalent as I take more and more orders. It's becoming more and more of a problem, and that's what I would like to address in this video mostly. And then after that, I will tell you some order stories. I'm sorry, I'm in the parking lot here, and people are like driving around and like looking at me crazy because I'm talking to my phone on my dash mount. Okay, so I think that guy's gonna come around and park next to me. Yes, that's what he's gonna do. So anyway, I'll go ahead and get into that. This guy just came up and parked right next to me. It is pouring down rain. Give me just a minute. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get into that first. Okay, so in the app, customers can leave instructions for the drivers. And that's nice. That's lovely. But the problem is that the customers forgot that they left instructions for the driver. They neglected to make new instructions for their new order and sent it out like that. So when I get there, I've already read the instructions. I'm trying to follow the instructions the best that I can to figure out what the instructions say. Some of them say a lot of stuff, and it's hard to figure out what exactly they're trying to say. So, excuse me. So I'm trying to follow the instructions, excuse me again, the best that I can. The best that I can. So when people are writing these instructions, don't be shy. They don't have to be shy. You can write me a paragraph, write me 3 paragraphs. I don't think there's a limit as to how much you can write, because I've seen people write a lot of stuff. You don't have to put knock thrice. You can put knock 3 times, because you're not limited on the words in that manner. Please include your gate code if you live in an apartment. Correct gate code would be nice. Simple little things like that. But the problem is, when I get there, I look at the drop-off instructions to make sure that I've got it correct, and then I'll follow through with the drop-off instructions. Now, if it says leave at front door and ring doorbell when you leave, fine, that's great, that's fine, but the one I just came from, when I got there, they had their garage door open, and they were standing inside the garage, and I'm following instructions, so I'm going to the front door. They have a bench by the front door. I was going to set everything there, by the front door. That's what I was instructed to do. So he's like, oh, you can set it here. Excuse me? Okay, now you're telling me two things at one time. So you're going to need to clarify. The reason I was putting it by the front door is because that's what it said for me to do in the app. That's what you've already told me to do. So now you're telling me to do something different, but I've already been instructed. The instructions have already been given. You've already told me what you wanted me to do, and that's what I'm doing. So at the same time as I'm doing what you want me to do, you tell me to do something else. I mean, do you see the conflict? I've got no problem of your being waiting when I get there and you're telling me what to do, but erase those comments out of the app so that I'm not reading the special instructions and then doing the special instructions and then I get there and you want me to do something completely different. And then you're upset with me because I was doing what it said in the instructions in the app in the first place. You know, and I tried to explain to the guy, well, in the app it says leave it by the door. Okay, well, I don't care. I'm here now. No, you can't be snappy. You can't be rude. You can't be mad. You can't be upset. You can't be irritated. You can't be any of those things when I'm following the instructions that are in the app that you put there. Just erase it. Just delete it. And then when I get there, you can give me any instructions you want and it'll be fine because you haven't already given me instructions on what to do. Okay, did I get that all out? So the thing is, go in there, write me a paragraph, tell me about your love life, whatever you want. But please, when I show up, remember what you wrote. Remember what instructions you've already given me. Because I do read those and I do try to do it. So, yeah. Expect me to be doing what you instructed me to do in the app. Because that's what I'm going to be doing. Like some knucklehead just, you know. Okay, well, I guess that's enough about that right now, but these other stories have to do with the same thing. That's why it's becoming more of a prevalent problem. I had a couple of rides yesterday that said, call me when you get here, or text me before you leave. Okay, I really don't like doing that because now I'm using my phone number and my information, and that is none of your business. That is not the customer's business. I'm working, I'm doing a job, and you do not need my phone number. I am not your friend. So I'm really against that. But that's what it says do, and so that's what I do. Okay, so I pulled up to a house, and they have these gates that were closed, and then the house was like 20-30 feet, you know, away from the gate. You know, that's fine. And it says call when you get here. So, okay, I pulled up to the gate, and so I'm calling them when I get here, and the guy comes out, and he's like, why are you still sitting in the car? What are you doing? Aren't you going to bring our groceries up? Be aware of what instructions you have given. Be aware, because he must not have known what instructions were given because I was just doing what it said. I was calling when I got there. Yeah, that's a waste of time because the app will let you know when I'm there. The app lets you know when I leave the store, and the app lets you know when I get there. So it's pointless for me to call or text or any of those things because the app lets you know all of those things along the way. So you shouldn't even have that in there because that's pointless. But if I'm doing what the instructions say, again, you can't get mad because you instructed me to do that. Okay, let me tell you another story of something that happened to me yesterday. So, It was a no contact delivery, and I pulled up, and the lady was sitting on the front porch. And one of those, those walkers that have the seats on them, she was sitting there in a little thing. And, it's a no contact delivery. And it says, leave the stuff on the front porch. Okay, leave the stuff on the front porch, and that's it. So, I got out of the car. I saw her sitting on the front porch there, but I did read the instructions, so I just ignored her and went to get the stuff out of the back seat. So I go up to the door, and she's still on the front porch. And so she stands up, turns the thing around, and now she's got a cardboard box sitting on the seat. And I come up with the groceries in my hands, and she's like, ew, looking all funny and stuff. And I ask her, where would you like me to put these? And she says, I'll put them in the box. I'm holding groceries, your groceries that are heavy, possibly breakable, and I ask you, where would you like me to put these? And you say, I'll put them in the box. That wasn't the question. The question was, where should I put these? Do you want me to put these in the box? So I asked her again, would you like me to put these in the box? Then she says, I'll put these in the box. Okay, you and me are not the same person. I don't understand what was so hard about that question. So I put it in the box. I went to the car to get the rest of the groceries, came back, handed it to her, and I laughed. Again, let me reiterate, be aware of what instructions you typed in an app, because that's just what I was doing. I've got plenty of more stories, but I think I'm gonna end it here. I've passed the 10-minute mark. Some of these stories are so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Oh, I've got one more that happened yesterday. Let me tell you about that, and then I'll end this video. It was the same guy that it said, call me when you get here, and all that stuff. So I'm coming back on the way back to the store, and I'm at the light here. It takes me 15 minutes to get to his house, 15 minutes to get back, and I was at the light here about to turn into the street to turn into the store, and I get a phone call. I've already dropped off the order, but I get a phone call from this man, and he says that he thinks I left his batteries in the car. The only thing that's in my back seat is the customer's stuff. There's nothing of mine. There's nothing back there that I can get confused or mixed up with of whose is this and whose is that. There's not that problem. So, I make sure when I get all the groceries out, I get everything out, to give the customer. And yeah, I didn't leave anything behind. I knew I hadn't left anything behind, but I was driving at the time, and I really couldn't look back there, but I knew I didn't leave anything behind. And he says, well, I really need those batteries, so I'm hoping that you just left them in the car and maybe you can bring them back. Yeah. That's not how it works. I'm on a time schedule, and even if I wasn't, gas is not free, time is not free. I didn't forget your batteries. There weren't any batteries or whatever, but they're not in the car. But along those lines, if they had been in the car, if I had left them in the car by some mysterious turn of events, I would not be bringing them back. I would not be making another 30-minute round trip to your home to bring them to you. I would simply give them back to the Walmart worker and tell them what happened, and they would just have to refund you for that. And then whenever you make your order for next week, you can order them again. I'm ever so sorry. I know you need your stuff. It's so you're expecting that, oh, I made the mistake, so I have to pay for it. I have to pay for it with my time, with my gas, because I made a mistake. I'm really sorry. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna leave anything behind in my car that's on your order. That's on your order. I'm sorry, I'm not. But if the strangest of things might happen, and if it were to happen, because of the strangest of things may have happened, maybe it was something small and rolled under the seat, and I whatever. I'm not gonna bring that back out to your home. I'm not. Especially if it's a 30-minute round trip. For a 5-minute here and back, maybe 10-minute round trip, but for the most part, no. That's not how this works. I'm not your friend. This is a job. I'm doing this to make money. Therefore, I'm gonna make sure that I've given you all of your items, and if there's some kind of a mistake somehow, somewhere, I'm not coming back out to your house to bring it. I'm sorry. That's not how this works. Maybe you should have called your cousin or your ex-wife's best friend, or I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, but I'm gonna end it now. If you have anything to say, questions, comments, concerns, anything of that nature, share, like, subscribe, and everything else your heart desires. And we'll see you next time. I hope you're having a great day. And Ms. Rain, thank you for watching. Bye bye.